Good evening, and thank you for joining us this afternoon on ANT TV. I'm your host, Kim.
And I'm Shamar.
Today we have a black family that'll be on our show giving their advice and input on Senator John McCain. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, thank you for joining us this evening. If you could introduce yourselves for our audience today.
I'm Cynthia Jones.
My name is Kenneth Jones.
And I'm Lisa Jones.
Thank you. As I'm sure you know, John McCain is currently one of our presidential candidates.
Of course.
If you could, Ms. Jones, please tell us what you think of McCain as a person and as a potential president.
All I can really say is he is not a person I would want as a president.
Well, let's narrow it down a little bit, will you? How do you feel about him and his efforts for us as African Americans?
Well, I can answer that. He has no respect for black America. He doesn't feel the need to provide us with more government money. He doesn't want to better the schools for our children. And he sure doesn't know the first thing about doing anything for our living conditions.
Good answer, Mr. Jones. Sounds like you've been doing your research.
I don't know about you, but I sure could use some government money. Ms. Jones, what is your definition of helping the black family?
Helping the black family means first understanding our culture. We need better jobs, equal home mortgages, decent schools for our kids, a safe environment, fair police officers, and lower taxes. As a black woman, I need a president to demand me fairness in the work community. We've had it hard for a long time as women. We need a president that has our best interests at heart.
And you don't feel that Senator McCain can do that for you?
No, I feel he just dominates and wants the best for the men, not the female.
I see you have your daughter with you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Recently, McCain has visited several colleges around the country. Being a college student, how do you feel that he visited every college except for Howard being at this HBCU?
Well, to be honest, it's what we all expected. For one thing, he's a Republican, and I really don't expect him to do much for us. I mean, look at Bush, for God's sake. He's been in office for 8 years and has, how many positive things has he done for the African American community?
Well, you do make a good point. But do you have anything positive to say about Senator McCain?
Not really. Everything he says is kind of negative. He cannot benefit black America in today's society.
Okay, as you all know, I love to surf the net. I was on the net the other day, and it said that McCain plans to visit the Katrina victims and other places that had been forgotten. What puzzles me is that he's been back and forth across the globe talking to farmers and oil miners, but he hasn't managed to make it to the place that needs him the most.
I have to agree with you there. It's like saying you can go to your friend's house, but you can't go visit your sick mother. It's overlooking places that need help the most.
That's right, Kim. And if we don't have our president on our side, it's almost like America is against us and our leads in us.
Can you think of any president that was on our side?
I think Kennedy, Clinton sure was on our side.
That's right.
And Lincoln.
Yeah, but they got rid of Kennedy.
Yeah, they did.
What do you think John McCain can do for the black community in today's society, if anything at all of you?
I think he can show more support. I haven't really seen him in too many of our communities. Every time I see him, he's in the suburban communities. I just don't feel that he's in touch with us.
I agree with my father. I believe that he should visit HBCUs and he should visit the black community if he wants the black vote.
Ms. Jones, do you have anything to say?
I think he needs to show his variety and be more diverse and go to different economic groups.
Okay. All those were interesting points. My view on it, that is, he is more for the minority rather than the African American community. But our past couple presidents have been that way. So.
Well, all I can say is I think he's like Bush. I think he perpetrates to try to make it look like he's all about African Americans until he has our vote, and I think he won't benefit, or we won't benefit after he becomes in office, if at all possible.
Great statement, Kim. Well, that's our show for today, folks. Thank you. And remember, our forefathers did much for us not to go out and exercise our right to vote.
As African Americans, We have already made history if we make history no more. Let your voice be heard. Go out and vote.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, and your daughter Lisa, for stopping by today with us. Thanks for having
Thank you for having us.
See you next time on
AMTTV.
Good night.
Good night.